weeks, and I think it's been like 3 weeks or something. I don't think I've done one since like March 2nd or something. Going by going by my analytics. And I don't know. Like I was really burned out the last time I did it. Like I was just sitting here thinking that like, wait a minute, am I really doing a good job covering the news, covering like the Rekieta situation? Like it's one of those situations where I'm just like, okay, like do I really want to sit here and watch like Nick Rekieta just bumble his way through an interview or what have you? Like it's been really difficult trying to balance like okay, doing actual coverage while still like doing it consistently because I really don't want this to be like Kino Casino, right? Like I'm not capable of doing this like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a night, right? It's just not like in my schedule. I have so much going on, and I definitely do want to keep covering Rekieta and keep doing what I've been doing, but yeah, it's been kind of hard on me. So, but anyway, enough about that. Let's jump right into it.
This case shouldn't be a Trojan horse. No, that would be weird. Letting Trump delay the trial until after the election, that's not what Trojan horses are. Has anybody told this guy the story of the Trojan horse? Like Trump delaying a trial until after the election, there's not a gate. There's not a bunch of Greeks inside of a wooden horse. Like, guys, have you ever thought about how weird that is? Like, look, I'm weird, so I go outside like 3 in the morning sometimes. Now, let's say you're like, well, I'm going to go outside and pee at 3 in the morning because naked pees outside at 3 in the morning are perfect. So you go out and you're like, yeah, you open your garage and there's a giant wooden horse there. And you're like, well, you know what? There was an occupying army out here yesterday.
What? Like the the Trojans gifted the people. Wait, no, the Trojan they gifted the horse to the city they were sieging. So they accepted the gift, and it turned out to be a trap, right? Like, does he not understand the story? Like, does he not understand like the reason this is significant? Like,
And now they're gone, but there's this giant wooden horse. You know what I'm going to do? I was going to go pee naked outside at 3 in the morning, but instead, I'm going to grab this giant horse, definitely big enough for a team of Greeks, and I'm going to bring it into the house. Who does this? Why would they? They're like, oh, it's a gift. It's a horse. That's why we should bring it to the gates. And Hector's like, I'm dead, so I can't tell them this is stupid. Paris is like, I just want to fuck Helen, even though she's fat. And they're all like, yeah, bring it in. No, this was dumb. Keep going.
Helen was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Don't give me that bullshit, Rekieta.
It just, I have problems with the Trojan horse story. It doesn't make any sense. That's a gift. Why would that be a gift? That's a bunch of their ships dismantled and made into a giant horse that is hollow and probably has people in it. There's
The entire point is that they didn't know that there were people in it. Like,
how long have they been in that horse? There's probably shit and piss leaking out of it, literally. They just all didn't go to the bathroom for hours while Troy's like, that's a horse. It's cool. We'll bring it inside. This is weird.
okay, come on. We gotta look at the comment section for this. I am not well versed in my Trojan history. Um, I used to be an enthusiast of this kind of thing, but it's been so long. All right. Nick is just jealous of the horse because it had 100 guys inside of it. Oof, wrecked. I'm surprised Nick knows so much about Trojans when he's on record saying he hates wearing them. Trojans when he's on record saying he hates wearing them. What does that mean? Trojans? Am I being stupid? Like, am I not understanding an obvious joke? The effeminate hand switching is getting out of control. He's fascinated by the story because there's many men entering the horse's backside or something. Of course, Nick knows everything about how weird and hilarious giant horses are with enemies in them as a war strategy. The Trojan horse reminds him of his once shining YouTube grift. Definitely Coke. I hope he's not sharing it with the cats up there. Yeah, like his entire point makes no sense. Like I think we should watch that again so we could process what he's saying here and like just dissect it piece by piece. You know what else is weird and funny? Winning Locale of the Year back to back. Oof. Are people already declaring him Locale of the Year again? Cucked out of his mind. We are not dealing with drunk Nick anymore. There is no way Nick actually read the Iliad. Oh yeah, so it is an Iliad story. Okay. Like I didn't even remember it was from the Iliad. Okay. So chances are he's saying all this referring to the movie starring Orlando Bloom. Yeah, I gotta read the Iliad. I really gotta. I think I've read it before, but like I don't remember a thing about it. Uh,
Indeed, this case shouldn't be a Trojan horse. No, that would be weird. Letting Trump delay the trial until after the election, that's not what Trojan horses are. Has it
like, do you not understand like the allegory? Like the idea that like it's a strategy. I don't even know the context of what he's saying, but like, the whole Trojan horse concept, that's like a legit allegory for like war strategies is just like, oh yeah, like give a gift to the enemy, give them something that they want or something that they would take, and it turns out to be something that's going to be harmful to them in the long run, right? Like that's the idea. So like the fact that he just doesn't seem to understand the concept of what a Trojan horse is just ludicrous to me. It doesn't make any sense.
anybody told this guy the story of the Trojan horse? Like Trump delaying a trial until after the election. There's not a gate. There's not a bunch of Greeks inside of a wooden horse. Like, guys, have you ever thought about how weird that is? Like, look,
I have,
I'm
but
weird. So I go outside like 3 in the morning sometimes. Now, let's say you're like, well, I'm going to go outside and pee at 3 in the morning because naked pees outside at 3 in the morning are perfect. So you go out and you're like, yeah, you open your garage and there's a giant wooden horse there. And you're like, well, you know what?
bro, just leave a bunch of sex toys out on his like front porch. And like there's like I don't know, like a bomb inside or something. Like you just know he's gonna take it in and it's gonna explode in his face. Like that would be a Trojan horse for Rekieta, right? Like that's just
Occupying army out here yesterday. And now they're gone, but there's this giant wooden horse. You know what I'm going to do? I was going to go pee naked outside at 3 in the morning, but instead, I'm going to grab this giant horse, definitely big enough for a team of Greeks, and I'm going to bring it into the house. Who does this? Why would they? They're like, oh, it's a gift. It's a horse. That's why we should bring it in the gates. And Hector's like, I'm dead, so I can't tell them this is stupid. Paris is like, I just want to fuck Helen, even though she's fat. And they're all like, yeah, bring it in. No, this was dumb. I'll keep going. I have problems with the Trojan horse story. It doesn't make any sense. That's a gift. Why would that be a gift? That's a bunch of their ships dismantled and made into a giant horse that is hollow and probably has people in it. There's how long have they been in that horse? There's probably shit and piss leaking out of it, literally. They just all didn't go to the bathroom for hours while Troy's like, that's a horse. It's cool.
yeah,
We'll bring it
like
inside.
soldiers are in uncomfortable positions, Nick. Like that's a big part of what being a soldier is about, Nick. Like the say it doesn't make any sense. Like, I heard this story like what when I was in grade school, and it made perfect sense. Like it's not, it's not that complex of a, it's not that difficult of a concept to grasp. Okay, like come on. Like I definitely want to question his like historical knowledge of it. Like I'm thinking myself, like wait, which side was Paris on? I think he was like on the side of the Greeks, right? And like Helen was kidnapped by no, no. Yeah, Helen was kidnapped from Troy, taken to the city, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know. I'm not like I'm not in, I need to read it again. It's been so long.
I may wonder if an air treason or air self pardon shoe is upcoming. Look, there's good lawyers and there's good comedians.
Oh, okay. So what Nick is saying is that he's neither of those things. You fuck.
Those are mutually exclusive. Okay.
Oh, come
If you're a
on.
good lawyer, don't be a comedian. If you're a good comedian, don't be a lawyer. If you're a lawyer and a comedian, you're bad at both. Trust me.
So he's describing himself. Oh man. What a self own. Holy shit.
I know. Boyle here is like, I'll write this witty line. I'll name his shoes air treasons or air self pardons. They're not Nikes, homie. It's not. They'd be Air Barons. That'd be like if he was gonna go with Nike, be Air Barons. They'd be like these big ass shoes. They'd be really young looking and have stupid colors on them, like some Zoomer would wear, and they'd have like the poofy mushroom haircut or whatever. That'd be the Air Barons. That's a better. Air treason isn't good. Air treason sounds like a Steven Seagal movie in 2009. Don't do that. Air self pardon. That's not self pardon is a contentious legal issue that's unresolved before the Supreme Court. Why would air self pardon be a thing? We don't know if Trump can pardon himself. He probably can. Who's gonna stop him? Right? Again, don't try to be witty. This is writing advice, not for lawyers, but for everybody. If you're writing, don't try to be witty. Be witty. Don't try. There is no try, only do. Right?
Ah,
That's what Yoda said about kids. He's like,
what?
never mind. Don't try to be
What?
witty, just be witty. If you're trying to be witty, you fail immediately, every time, like all my jokes.
Nick, come the fuck on. What does that even mean? Like, what? I don't understand why he's incapable of like self-reflecting. Like that was such like a hypocritical take from him. Like, oh, don't try to be a lawyer and a comedian, but like I trust Nick on this one. He didn't try to get good at either one and still managed to fail at both. Truly an expert on what it means to be a failure. Don't try to be witty. Finally, a point that actually makes sense. There is no try, only do, like Yoda said about a bunch of kids. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that is just terrible. That was terrible. He got the Yoda quote wrong. How embarrassing. He thinks he's a comedian. Yeah. Everybody's making the same point. Like, there are good lawyers and there are good comedians, and Nick is neither. I think that's all you have to say.
And so they have this picture slideshow, and one of the things they did was they went to a curling. Is it a rink, a stadium, an arena, a curling rink? I think it's a shuffleboard. It's a frozen shuffleboard. It's a shuffleboard on ice. It's a Ouija board that you put a cold bitch into. It's just shuffleboard for fucking Nordic people, and it's dumb. It's the worst sport. Like, people are like, curling got popular. I'm like, why would this be popular ever? It's shuffleboard, which is only enjoyed by 89-year-olds on cruises that they're about to get mugged on. And then they put it on ice because everybody likes to be cold, inconveniently cold. And then they like do this weird lungy thing because the Swedes contributed. I don't know why curling developed the way it did. And they throw this big fucking rock. And then a couple people go and use brooms to like clean the ice. I know what they're doing. They're roughing up the ice to generate friction directly. I know what curling is, but what curling looks like is better than what it is. What curling is even dumber. And so they're sitting there like, oh, I got a broom to curve the ice. Like, what do you do? Like, don't curve a rock on ice with a broom. Do something but more interesting. I don't know, put rockets on it or something. Make it cool. Shoot a rock into a different country. Shuffleboard on ice is dumb. It's like a Disney production. I hate it. I hate curling, but they had pictures of curling. I think that's the whole point of the subject. I hate curling. Oh, and I hate the Nordic people intensely for inventing curling and nothing else. Like, oh, we invented Vikings. No, you didn't. Africa invented Vikings. I learned that.
What's with this hatred of like Nords? like, like he's always talking shit about like this specific group of people. Uh, Nordic people are like Scandinavians, right? Is that what he's talking about? I don't necessarily know what he's talking about here. I'm not from a cold area, so I
I
can't.
learned that Africa invented Vikings from a deep study, a meta study on the African diaspora, and a collection of contemporary writings about the pre-times. And you know they invented Vikings because what did they do? They took things like villages and women. So we know that I'm going to stop this. The Nordic people are bad, but also good because they're happy in their socialism. Anyway, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter at all.
Come on, Nick. Uh, it's not even Nordic. It's Scottish. Okay, yeah. Of all Nick's opinions, hating on curling is the one I resent him for the most. Nick's mouth seems to be overrunning his brain. It's so cringe when Nick tries to be funny. Ackermans invented the Nordics. He really does think he's funny. Nick is gonna be, let's see, non-practicing comedian. It's so weird and funny that Nick thinks he's funny. I know, right? It's just absurd.
Oh, finally, Evil Fandango, what a nice guy. He says, Nick looks healthy. Thank you. Um, no, I was sick, and then it's this lingering fucking sickness that just doesn't go away. Like even Lady Rags was looking at me the other day. She's like, "Your color is like you're more pale than me," and I'm like, "That's not fair. You're a snowman." And she's like, "No, you look really pale." I'm like, "What do you want to do? Should I tell my skin to get less pale?" It's like, "You need some sun." I'm like, "Babe, we live in Minnesota and it's still March. The sun doesn't exist. It's stuck in Australia. It doesn't care." So she's like, "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "What do you want me to do?" Like, well, I guess I could have worn blackface. Like, I could have done that. Give me a charcoal mask. Give me a charcoal mask and I'll do it. There we go. That's what I need. Get rid of the skin condition where I am too light because there's no sun in this fucking cursed tundra of liberalism and high taxes. Anyway, Alexander Tan, you look gaunt / sick, comma, after overdose. What's it? My friend, do you English? Because a comma after sick makes after overdose not make sense. Let me correct you. You would say, you look gaunt / sick after overdose. There wouldn't be a comma, period. Nice sentence. Your sentence is broken. And then you have, oh, comma, are you a clone? Yes, I am a clone. But no, I don't think I've ever overdosed on anything. Hold on. It's really important. I have to come clean with this. I live in Minnesota. I've overdosed on taxes every year of my life. Even when I didn't pay them, I still overdose on them. Fuck taxes, fuck Minnesota.
Wait. Did he just admit that he doesn't pay taxes? Wait, hang on. Wait.
Clean with this. I live in Minnesota. I've overdosed on taxes every year of my life. Even when I didn't pay them, I still overdosed on them. Fuck taxes, fuck Minnesota. Oh my.
So even when I didn't pay them, is he admitting he doesn't pay his taxes? I mean, this is something that I think a lot of people don't realize is that like Nick's trust fund, he comes from such a wealthy background that like he genuinely thinks that like at a certain point he won't have to pay taxes. So I find that really interesting whenever he starts talking about this, because like he alludes to it sometimes, is that his expectation is that like he won't have to pay taxes after a certain point, and I don't think he's at that level. Like I think his parents might be, but like him personally, like definitely not with the YouTube channel. It's like I don't see him making that much money. It's like 10 million a year or something where you can like seriously start doing that, but nah, he's not making that much.
God, I hate this thing. I look gaunt because I told you guys, I spent 2 years losing 40 pounds. Depending on how often you watch the show, I will look significantly skinnier than I did in 2022 because 40 pounds. And then I lost another 10 pounds when I did get sick a couple weeks ago. I've been slowly gaining it back, but it takes a while to gain back weight because I can't go out and like eat 9,000 calories. I'm busy and that takes a lot of time and effort. And I don't put in effort into anything.
Losing weight makes the side of your face yellow, guys. Come on. Lingering sickness that won't go away. It's probably his alcoholism, honestly. Let's see here. An American saying that getting fat is hard. Now that's undeniable proof that Nick is a compulsive liar. Why does he care about high taxes when he doesn't pay anyway? Hmm. Hmm. His incomplete snake tattoo. Yeah. It's weird how he can't
Oh,
even get like his tattoos finished.
Candace Owens. Guys, Candace Owens leaves the Blaze. Or she got fired? Wait, no, it wasn't Blaze. Daily Wire, right? Daily Wire. Hey, Daily Wire. Candace Owens. It's almost like there's a lawyer on the internet after Steven Crowder dropped his little spiel, right? And Candace Owens fired back at him. And I was watching it and I looked at it and I was like, oh God, do you know what happened? This was funny to me. Candace Owens was mad at Crowder because she saw the deal that they offered him. And she realized she didn't negotiate for a better deal than their first offer to her. She took it. And you can watch her in real time realize that she could have done that and didn't. And it was a matter of time from that moment, from Steven Crowder. Candace Owens was going to leave Daily Wire because her contract wasn't good. And she looked and she's like, 100 million, I'm only getting 3/5 that. And she was like, I could have negotiated for more. But she didn't.
A 3/5 joke about a salary. Okay, Nick, sure.
And she's sitting there talking about how Crowder was unprofessional, like didn't know what he was doing.
So he's not going to talk about like the actual reason she was fired, like the fact that she was too unfathomably based. Like,
oh, Candace, you're the dumbest person in the room. That's not good. It's not good. I saw her tweet today, I think it was, and it was like freedom or whatever. I was like, she's free. She's gonna be talking more about it. It's like, okay, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, let's check the chat. Why does he look creepy? Nick can relate. He's also free from his own contract. He has very feminine movements. After the whole Rumble thing, you'd think he'd want to stay clear of talking about people losing contracts. Let's see. Do you think Nick knows that Candace has a husband worth 100 million? Does she really?
The mild one says last night we were one AR-15 short of history repeating itself as Black Lives Matter rioters were chasing Kyle Rittenhouse at the University of Michigan.
No.
Wait, they were chasing Kyle?
Oh, no.
Has he lost weight? Like, is he faster now? You know, the last group I would run from in the history of like socialism is Black Lives Matter. Right? Am I wrong? Like, seriously, go through the list of socialist groups and be like, if someone was going to chase me, who would I want to be? Probably Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Like, they're not going to catch you. They're not going to get you. What, Antifa? Those little frail white kids, they're not going to catch you. That'd be like me chasing you. You're going to get away. Like, the Communist Party of America, they've got potatoes to distribute. They don't care. But Black Lives Matter, you're going to get caught. It might not be by the creators. They're fat women, lesbians. They're lesbians. Did you know that Black Lives Matter was created by lesbians? Jesse Lee Peterson talking about Black Lives Matter's founding is so fucking funny. So lesbians who created. One guy's like, I don't care if they're lesbians. Like, why not? Anyway, someone's going to catch you. Like the one guy who hasn't figured out that this isn't a fun social club. He's like in shape or whatever. He's like, no, I can catch this guy. Of course you can. You're not getting away. You can get away from Antifa. You can get away from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You can get away from the Klan, like the Ku Klux. I don't know how they caught anybody, frankly. Very weird. You go La Raza. Have you ever seen a Hispanic sprinter? La Raza's not going to get you. There's no chance. How are they catching? Oh, that's how they catch Kyle. How did Kyle not get caught? I want to know. I want to know how he didn't get caught. God, blessings upon him. I love that man. He's a man now. You can say it. Joseph Rosenbaum loved him as a boy, but I love Kyle Rittenhouse as a man.
Ugh.
I should text that to Kyle.
Come on, Nick. I would not speak to him if I was Rittenhouse. Look at how excited he is when he talks about black men chasing him. Oh, first thing he asks about Kyle Rittenhouse is his weight. Does he have a crush on Kyle? Well, I love it when he attempts to tell jokes, but all of them end up bombs. But he laughs at them anyway. That's impressive. I really wish he would do stand-up again. Ugh.
Determining how a lawyer is good is one of the
Oh, this should be good. This should be good.
impossible tasks of our day. The best way to do it is word of mouth from someone who has hired that lawyer in a similar capacity. And that lawyer,
Okay. So, have you ever hired Ty Beard for a defamation lawsuit? Like, this is something that, like, okay, so he's outright telling you like how this should work. Is in order to find a lawyer who specializes in your field of law, like you need to find someone who has worked with him before and can tell like recommend you like it, what like who you need, right? Like you need someone who knows what they're doing, right? You need someone who knows what he's doing. And with Ty Beard, like it's obvious in hindsight that like Ty had no idea what he was doing. Nick like negligently recommended Ty because he knew that Ty would be willing to come onto his show and like talk shit about the case, right? Like even though he had no idea what he was doing, like that. Again, it's just so weird seeing him talk about this. But
determining how a lawyer is good is one of the impossible tasks of our day.
no, it isn't.
The best way to do it is word of mouth from someone who has hired that lawyer in a similar capacity. And that lawyer has produced good results and maybe has a pretty large book of business with those good results. They might be bad at any other type of law, but they may be really good at this one thing. And a lot of lawyers really do hyper focus and specialize because when you get very efficient at doing something, you can bring in clients, you can work efficiently, you can move a lot of business, make good money, and then further build your portfolio of people to pay you. So really that's the best way. Good solid recommendation. But you're gonna have to interview them. I mean, they're it's a sales pitch for them, not for you. Like, can I hire you? Oh man, it's gonna cost you. We'll see if you can do that. Yes, of course, of course. But the sales pitch is them pitching to you. So get good recommendations, interview them, get another opinion, and then go with who you like. But also listen to those recommendations. If you get one from an idiot, don't follow it.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, that's what Vic did wrong, by the way. Vic like uh took really thought that like Nick knew what he was talking about. That Ty like knew what he was talking about. And yeah, that's what Vic did wrong is that he put his faith in the wrong people. But yeah, he had his problems. He had no problem criticizing Kyle's lawyer, even though he won in the end. Yeah, people forget about that. Like how much shit he talked about like Rittenhouse's lawyer during the trial. Like, oh, he's not objecting enough. No, no, yeah. Someone on 4chan explained this. Like, if you object too much in those kind of trials, like the jury thinks that you have something to hide, right? Like that's something that any practical, like real practicing attorney would tell you. But Nick has never gone to trial, so he has no idea. Nick thought Ty Beard was a good lawyer, and Vic how good. Ask Vic how good Nick and Ty were on his case. Well, Nick was never his lawyer, but again, like he recommended Ty. So let's see. Vic didn't have to hire Ty. Nick only identifies as a lawyer, non-practicing lawyer. Trust me, bro. I know all the good lawyers. R.I.P. Vic Mignogna. Nick thinks Ty Beard is a good lawyer. Enough said. Let's see. First of all, the lawyer should practice law. You have to be non-practicing. What is a good lawyer? A miserable little pile of baldos. But enough talk. How about you? Ask Vic. Yep. All right. Everyone's calling him out on
Broly
his
loves says, "Hey, bud,
nonsense. All right.
you're looking so skinny, and you have a yellow bruise. You're doing okay." Yes, I'm doing terrific. Um, Again, a while back, actually for about 2 years, I was losing weight intentionally. It ended up being about 40 pounds, and then I got sick and lost 10 more, which was not fun. And now I'm trying to put it back on. But gaining weight requires like very intentional eating, and I've been I've been on a 2 year weight loss diet, so it's been a little bit rough, but trying to get back to it. Once I gain that weight back, I'll be in exactly where I want to be. But it did go a little farther than I wanted because I was sick for a fucking week, which is where this cough is from. it took me so long to come back. Catch you in just a minute. Oh my gosh. Woo! We're back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about the delay. We are back. We are back to this. We're back to this document. No, not this document. We are on to the next story. Oh my God. Give me just a second. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's funny. So I'll tell you what happened, why it took me so long to come back. I would have just kept this quiet and been like, wow, it took me forever. So Lady Raggets was sleeping. And I go up and check on her and make sure she's good. Before the stream, I was hanging out with her and stuff. It was nice. It was like just very chill.
So why does he feel the need to go check up on her when she's asleep? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why does he need to do that?
So I said, I'll come back at this 1 hour thing and I'll come give you a kiss. Well, she's out. Star Wars is on. She's laying there. It's all beautiful or whatever. So I go down to give her a kiss. Startled her. Bam. Hit me in the fucking face. Like she sits up.
Oh, no.
And then I get down here and I'm like, oh my God. It's actually bleeding. So sorry about that. It was fun. It was that's good times. That's good times. Anyway, okay, we're gonna move on from that one. Proctologist says, well, your nose probably hit her before you leaned down. Yeah, I mean technically. But look, this is a safety hazard for me in general. I mean, let's be honest. It's a big nose, right? And the logistics of kissing around this thing are fucking difficult. Very fucking difficult. Most of you will never have to deal with these problems. And that's not a shitting on you joke and how little you kiss people. It's actually a shitting on me joke and how little I kiss anybody because I have to try and get around it. So it's good. Kate of the Swiss says, spousal abuse. Don't worry, Nick. We're here for you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Drugs are a hell of a cocaine. It's the cocaine. She hit him because she thought it was a ghoul trying to eat her alive. Why does he always have to check on her in the middle of the night? I've been married 25 years, and the only time my hubs checks up on me is if I slept an unusual amount of time. But at midnight, it's just weird. Funny, guys. It's funny. Sticker, sticker, sticker. I'm really curious to see how he continues to explain away his deteriorating condition with the whole I'm recovering from the flu excuse gets played out. Nick is a walking, breathing PSA. Just say no, kids. He can't keep leaving streams to do bumps in between, so his drunk ass. Okay. All right, so I have like a Kino Casino clip here. I don't know if Kino Casino have like their more recent. I know they had one last night. Let's see. Oops, fuck. Kino Casino clips. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's been updated. Okay, so we're gonna have to come back and do it next week. This is like last week's. So my apologies for not being updated, but I I have been behind for a long time. So
last time we were covering Rekieta, I had to leave early and we didn't finish this clip, and it was a really good clip. And it's a really defining clip for Rekieta. It's a real turning point when it comes to his channel, because even like the most die-hard, ardent Rekieta supporters and defenders, after this Dear John clip, they had enough with him.
yeah.
He's faced so much backlash from it. He went hiding. He said he had 107-degree fever at one point in order to avoid facing his audience after this because he was so ashamed
AKA
of the
dying.
drunken, unhinged, lunatic rant that he went on. That I want to finish this off.
Yeah.
I want to go from about 11 minutes in, and we're going to watch this, and we're going to comment on it.
And we have DLC.
Yes,
So
and then we have the Ethan Ralph expansion pack as
Oh
well.
no. Oh no.
So let's just catch people up here. This is part 2 of Dear John here for us at Kino Casino. Part 1, there's a guy who basically gave rackets like I don't know, used rackets as his family in a way by
Yeah, I
having
mean,
him.
so this was a guy that was a Rekieta supporter,
Yeah,
loved Nick Rekieta, thought he was the man. He donated to Rekieta. He was part of the locals. He was in his Discord.
yeah,
And it was to the point where he viewed Nick Rekieta as his friend, to the point where when all of the rest of his family and friends, according to Rekieta, who even knows if this is true, but apparently all of this man's family and friends abandoned him. He's destitute. He's on social security. He has severe mental health problems. And he was considering killing himself. And he called Nick Rekieta in his hour of need when he really needed somebody. And he had Rekieta as his emergency contact for like the hospital in case he had
that's
to
what it
go
was.
and
Yeah.
all this. And apparently, Rekieta is now saying that, he saved his life, but he wished he hadn't. He wished this
What?
guy had killed himself
What?
because he's such
Huh?
a pathetic piece of shit.
What?
He's a motherfucker. He's all this. He's all that. All because
Okay. PPP is known for like exaggerating about things. I've criticized him for this before. Uh, what do you want to bet that like he's being completely 100% serious? Like this is completely 100% true. Like I think it is. I've seen like the Dear John clip. I don't think I think there's like he's done more. He's addressed it again and like maintained his position. But like I believe I saw it live on the show, right? Like I was doing a Rekieta recap and I saw him like do the Dear John thing, and I'm just like this is just deranged, okay? Like it was just unbelievable what I was seeing. Uh, yeah, I think PvP is being honest here. Like this is like
this guy is saying that Rekieta is drinking too much. It's fucking up his life. It's fucking up his show. And this guy basically just wants Rekieta to get his life back on track and get his stream back on track. And that's enough. And he's apparently on Kiwi Farm saying this stuff. So that's enough for Rekieta to completely go off. This is a completely mask off, unhinged, insane fucking rant. And I actually don't know what's more unhinged, this Rekieta rant or the Ralph rant on it that we're going to watch in a second.
no.
And that's really saying something.
No.
When you're in the same category as Ethan Ralph in terms of a
Yeah.
brutal, deranged, fucking psychotic rant, it's something. So let's do this. I know it's a bit old, but it is entertaining, and I felt like I owed it to you guys because I had to leave right in the middle of this
Yeah.
because I had a crisis.
And then we had
So
the
let's
whole
have a look.
move and everything. So here we go.
Yes.
Here
So
we
let's
go.
have a look.
Embarrassing for you. So while you're crying to me on the fucking phone, I'm trying to hang out with my wife and kids and go on with live. You're crying to me on the fucking phone. I'm gonna kill myself. My whole family hates me. No men in my life. I have no women in my life. Nothing in my life.
Shit.
Just you.
He looks.
John.
Can you bring it back?
He's
He
sick.
looks so fucking deranged.
I
He's
have
like
no women in my life.
what's
Nothing in my
Look at this. Wait, I'm gonna find the exact.
He's
Just
like
you.
Rasputin here. He's like an evil, like Russian count of the court. Look at his eyes there. He's so fucking shit faced. He's so sauced here, dude. He's like Nosferatu crossed with Rasputin.
I
Oh,
miss
man.
watching Rekieta.
John. Dude. It's not
John.
that bad.
John.
Please. Go to a fucking hospital. I can't afford a hospital. John, you can't afford a fucking Taco Bell burrito, right?
This is him. It's him mocking this. Like, this guy has enough problems, obviously. Like, he's suffering enough. He's at the point he wants to end his life. According to you, he can't afford a Taco Bell burrito, but that's not enough suffering for you. You hate this guy so badly for talking shit about you on the internet that you're like, have to add this public humiliation as well. And like, you're his hero. So if you are his hero, if you're the person he turns to in his darkest hour, and you speak to him in this fashion, in this way, with this lack of compassion and this brutality, maybe he actually will kill himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is like a really, really dreadful way to treat another person. right? Like I don't understand why Rekieta felt the need to just maliciously attack this guy this way. It just seems so like needlessly spiteful. Honestly, it's just ah,
Honestly, he
Like,
may be dead, dude.
well, I don't know. I think he's still alive, but it's just brutal.
Can't do that. Go to a hospital. They will help you.
Oh, you know what we
Insurance
need?
and
We
state
need the
assistance.
spook. We need the spooky music.
Yes,
oh
We need
that's
no,
what
serial
we're
killer.
missing.
no,
Because
no,
this is
not the spooky
borderline.
music.
Like, is it real?
Yes,
Is this a
you are
real
correct.
person? Is John with you in the room right now, Rekieta? Like, this is fucking manic, like a unhinged episode.
I knew we were missing
And
something.
and it's like, why is he doing this? What is wrong with him? I hate to keep repeating, but like, what is wrong with him that he was so pressed that he felt he had to do this for a half hour straight?
That's good.
All right, there we go.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I used last time.
It's whatever. You got it. They will pay for you to get this help because they want you to live. You know, like they want Somalis to live, but they literally want you to live too. You're like, oh, please. I'm like, John, if you don't start walking to that fucking hospital right now, call me. I will call a 911 wellness check on you, and I'll get an ambulance to you to bring you there. Don't want you to kill. John, I don't care about the $5. I care about, please don't kill yourself. At least be killed by a black.
All right, that rules. Let me change the song to something better.
What?
That's a bit.
I really like it.
Oh, you like
I
it?
think it's so fucking
Okay,
unhinged.
good.
It's so
Okay,
fucking
okay.
wild.
Just walk to the hospital, you useless piece of shit. All you have to do on Earth is get up. Here's how you not suicide, guys. Let me get some fucking advice to you. You know you not suicide? Instead of putting the gun in your mouth, you just set it down. You stand your fat ass up and you start walking towards the clinic. That's it. It's literally the only thing you need to do. I'm like, John, he's like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm like, John, you can't afford a gun. You can't kill yourself. What you can do, buy a Caesar salad from McDonald's and die that way. Like, I don't even like
What?
Caesar. I'm
What?
like, unless he's in your ass. I got it.
Okay.
Unless he's in your ass. Like, what is he talking about? But we did cover this.
We did.
This
We
is
remember.
this is about
About
the
when
point
we
where we
stopped.
had to stop.
Yeah.
It's so fucking incoherent. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you gonna buy a Caesar salad and kill yourself that way? We don't even like Caesar unless it's in your ass. Like, it's just so bizarre.
Oh, Flash, Yellow Flash defended Rekieta. Not surprised by that. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the sphere who don't call him out on his shit. Like I've never seen like Raging Golden Eagle talk about him. The Comicsgate people, Dick Masterson, like people. It's not really something you see outside of the sector, right? Even like LawTube, they're like low key making fun of him, but they're not like doing this, right? What we're doing here, like really just taking in the insanity, taking in like his thought process and like what actually happened here. Like it's just I don't know. Like I really, really don't respect like the community because like I don't see any other creators like outside of myself, Alyssa, and the Casino, like really, really addressing like how insane Nick actually is. You know, like it's just like there should be all sorts of people like doing what we're doing, but it's always been this niche thing. Like this guy is legit more unhinged than I think like DSP, Review Tech USA. Like I can't think of any like lolcow over the past 10 years that is like more deranged than like Rekieta right now. You know, like he is legit like sinking to like Chris Chan levels, right? Like it's legit that bad.
John, he couldn't buy a gun. When he killed himself, he couldn't buy medications to kill himself. What's he gonna do? Steal a bottle of Tylenol from a Somali? No, he's not. The bitch can't do any of this stuff. Doesn't have the resources to kill
where
himself.
did
Like,
these
John, you don't
thoughts
have to.
come from? Stealing a bottle of Tylenol from a Somalian? Like, why are Somalians living rent free in his mind? I guess there's a lot of them in Minnesota that Rekieta unfortunately has to interact with on a daily basis. But is like fucking see that the Somalians is seeping through. What are you gonna do? Steal a bottle of Tylenol from Somalians? Like, this is a sentence that no one else has ever uttered in the history of the world.
Do that. You just get up and walk to the hospital. Call the hospital and say, "Hey, here's where I am. Here's what I see. Can you come pick me up? I'm gonna kill myself if I don't get some help." The idea is they go and talk to some counselors, some therapists, or whatever. They identify their problems. They're like, "Hi, John. Why can you not in
He
any
keeps
way
looking
sustain
off
any
screen,
employment?"
like it's like this is like look at him, like he's looking up to the heavens,
Has
like
he,
he's
has he
searching for
watched his
answers.
back?
I imagine he's like,
He's
I
got,
mean,
no, probably
he
not. Out of
man,
embarrassment,
he ought to be fucking ashamed
he
of
should
this,
be
man.
ashamed.
This is wild. He's doing it like a fucking Shakespearean soliloquy. John, I knew him once. He prepped my Baldo. Like, come on, man.
Well, because I can't stop masturbating.
Music's so good.
Thought of children. Holy shit! Can't stop masturbating.
Hear this line right here.
Not
Watch.
in any way sustain any employment.
Watch.
Well, because I can't stop masturbating. Thought
What?
of children. Holy shit!
What?
What?
Why does his
Did you
mind
not-
go there?
You
What?
missed that. I'm like, no way Ashton heard that. Like, there's no way Ashton heard
Why,
that. Wait,
why is his mind going to the place
Ash,
where
I'm so sorry.
when he
No,
can't
no,
watch
I had
No.
to. I had to.
Oh,
I had to. I had
what? Look at his face here as well. What a ghoul. That's his face when he thinks about masturbating to children. He apparently just can't stop masturbating to children. When he thinks about masturbation, what first comes to his mind, not big-titted blonde bitches, sexy redheads, MILFs, Latinas, Russians, none of that shit. For Rekieta, only the finest in children will do, and he just can't stop himself.
Listen,
And when he not makes that face,
I have to.
that's his
grab
own
this.
face.
I'm gonna do the repairs on this Stream Deck software, and then I'll add it to the soundboard. But people want this to the soundboard, but
Because I can't stop masturbating. Thought of children. Holy shit! I can't stop masturbating in public.
Why are
What-
you saying?
Okay, I don't
Look at
know.
how
It's-
ashamed he looks. Look at how ashamed he looks in his eyes here as he says he can't stop masturbating in public. Is there something you want to confess to the class, Mr. Rekieta? Is there something you want to tell us? Like, that's a look of guilt and shame.
Oh.
Is he actually like a sick exhibitionist that loves to masturbate in public? Like, is he going into public bathroom stalls and beating off to child porn? Because, like, an unbiased observer who knew nothing about the situation,
Child porn.
but just watched this, might draw that conclusion. This is completely unhinged. This is madness.
Look, John, that's fucking gross. Like, why can you not do that? He's like, because I'm disabled. You're not disabled. That's not disabled, John. Disabled is you can't walk. Fucked up.
Okay, well,
is
there's
you can't
mental
stop doing it.
disabilities,
You know,
Yeah.
like the one
Wait a
Rekieta has, alcoholism.
right now.
You know? Yeah.
They're sitting there like, we want to employ this guy. He's got a good recommendation. He's got
all
all
right,
this stuff.
sticky. I'll
We
put it for
just
the next one.
can't. Because even when he applies for a garbage man, all we can think of is, will he fuck the garbage? Will we feel bad about
Okay.
it?
Wait.
Like, no,
What
like
is he
nobody
saying?
ever has thought this thought. So, like, Nick Rekieta, like, his mind has gone to, like, the film Trash Humpers, and, like, he's like fantasizing about having sex with garbage. Now, why he wants to have sex with the garbage, I don't know. It's a depraved mindset. He's been given over to, like, a reprobate mind. Look at him here. Look how skeletal he looks. Look at how sickly he looks.
This is
Like the
twisted.
jaundiced skin of him. Holy cow.
Answer to both those questions is obviously yes. This guy is begging me to save his life. Me, because you know why? His dad.
This song someone sent in is like actually making me feel uneasy and anxious.
Well, it's really fitting for it. It's all coming together.
It's called Monster.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
You're like, yeah.
Dad won't
Yeah,
do it.
that adds up.
His mom won't do it. His girlfriend won't do it. His ex-girlfriend won't do it. I don't know if he has a girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend. His boyfriend or ex-boyfriend that he met at Super America or whatever, they won't do it. Siblings won't do it. The state won't do it. Teachers won't do it.
So why did you do it, Rekieta? For $5
Like,
a month? Like,
You know,
if
like
everyone
it's such a bad thing. So he's like basically been like, yeah, I foment like parasocial relationships with the most mentally ill, fucked up losers online. And then I make it even worse by like getting involved in their real lives to where they think I'm their real friend. But in fact, my true emotions are that I think they're fucking worthless garbage. And I'm going to reveal this publicly.
Yeah. So like John is like the person who's being attacked right now, but I do think we need to like think about the implications of this. Is that Nick thinks about this about everyone in his audience, right? Like it's not just John he's done this with, right? Like he has talked down to other people before. He's said things not quite as extreme. Like he does think of people this way. It's kind of like my mindset going into this, like watching this. Like this isn't an unusual occurrence for him, in my opinion. Is that like he always treats people like this. Like he treats them like, oh, I was nice to you, so you have to do things for me. And if like he's inconvenienced in any way, if like the relationship is meant to be like, well, you do something for me now, like he gets upset about it, right? Like how dare John like contact me to help him with like his suicidal thinking, right? Like just
To everybody, and then people will surely love me and want to donate to me and view this random anonymous guy as a loser and me as a king. Like, what are you thinking? It's just crazy. Like, we had to go back to this.
Yeah, we have.
Because it's just the depths of madness. People are saying it's the depths of delirium tremens. This is wild.
It's beautiful. I mean, in the most twisted, horrible way possible.
It's an American beauty, yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool.
Priest won't do it. Nobody on earth would save this guy's life.
Not even the priest? Not even the priest would save this man's life, and you've decided to take it upon yourself while blackout on a whiskey? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Including himself. He calls YouTuber. The YouTuber spends a bunch of time. It's like, hey man, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I know life sucks right now. I know it's hard to connect with your family. I know you're fucking disconnected. I know it's an insurmountable amount of money for you. You don't make any money. Can I help you? How do I get you connected to your family? What is it? What is it? $1,000 bus ticket? Literally offered to buy this guy a bus ticket to the family that disowns.
So if you built this type of relationship with the guy where like he views you as his father, like his internet dad, you're actually like bailing him out of this situation, offering to spend $1,000 of your own money on this parasocial relationship, you wonder why maybe he's like obsessive with you or like creepy with you. Like you don't understand why that would be the case. Like it's your own fucking fault. It's your own doing. But he doesn't comprehend that because if you look on his face, he's fucked out of his mind.
Yeah.
He's absolutely shittered.
Do you hear that?
Man.
I swear that whatever that monster song like that has like a binaural beat was like I was still hearing it for a second.
Well, and Theodore Feezer the Bald saying $1,000 bus ticket? Like what bus ticket is $1,000?
No, dude, it's insurmountable for you, but right now, not for me. How can I help you? What can I do? Can't do anything. Everybody hates me. Like, I get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, the bingo guy hates you too, because you can't count. Everybody hates me. Okay.
Oh, buddy.
How do I help you? Just help me live through the night. All right, here's a simple answer. You don't have any friends.
Imagine,
But you all
imagine getting a DM from a viewer going, "Help me live through the night."
Ugh.
Bro, you called the wrong guy. Like, you'd be dead
You know,
in an
like
hour and a half.
I'm not qualified to help you with this. Giovanni in chat saying this is like finding a tape in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fuck, that's funny.
also don't have any enemies. No one's coming to kill you. The only person who can kill you is you. How about you just not kill yourself and instead go to a hospital? So again, motherfucker walks to a hospital. On my
He's about to fall out of
recommendation,
his
I'm like
chair. He's
demanding.
Yeah,
Motherfucker walks to a hospital. On my recommendation, I'm like demanding, send me pictures of what you see. So I know when you see the hospital, I want you to see the sign. I want you to do all these things. I want to make sure you live through the night.
So he's like playing like an ARG, like an alternate reality game with this guy's life. Like, I need photo. How about like call? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on, man.
Because literally, if you were a cat with 50 cats,
Okay, shut it down. If you were a cat woman, whoa.
and you laid down in your state, they would fucking shit in your mouth till you had toxoplasmosis. And then we'd eat your
What?
skin.
I.
What?
His mind
his
goes
eyes.
to some dark places. The bag's undersized. He zoom in.
That's
Enhance.
here.
Like that's the darkness of his soul that's appearing on his
Oops.
face. Like the
Whoops.
wretched hive of
Oh,
scum
shit.
and villainy
Shit.
that is his mind
Hey, 1 second.
has
Sorry.
led to this moment.
It's so embarrassing.
That's not what I was trying to do. 1 sec. Sorry, you said
Alright.
zoom in. I meant to do this. There we go. There
Look
we
at
go.
Like look at that.
Look
man.
at those eyes.
Ah.
The devil's eyes.
That is
the
satanic.
blackest eyes.
And the way like his
It
nose
is.
is like triangular. It's like
I think after this clip is done, we'll look at the more recent one. We'll go to Kick and see if we can find it.
whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy.
It's just an evil creature.
Dead eye.
Creature.
Text me. Show me that you're getting there. Call a fucking ambulance. Finally gets to the hospital. He doesn't die.
Honestly, he should have called an ambulance like the first thing, like at this
Yeah.
situation, like walk to the hospital in a suicidal state. What if like a bus drove by and he just jumped in front of it, like while like on FaceTime? I don't know.
Doesn't kill himself. You know what he does instead?
What?
Goes on to Kiwi Farms. Tells him what a piece of shit I am.
Look at the seethe. Look at how angry he is. Look at the darkness in him, man. Like, look at that. Look. He goes and he gets on Kiwi Farms. He talks shit about me. Be careful, John. You're talking shit about me on Kiwi Farms, John. Fuck.
Holy shit. I have faith in this guy. I trusted this guy. I have faith in this guy. Such a garbage person. The things he believes are true.
What, that you're an
Things he
alcoholic?
believes are true.
That you're an alcoholic? It's not hard
It's
to believe.
self-evident for everybody to
No.
see. And it doesn't matter how pathetic they are, fucked up they are, unhealthy they are. It's still true that you're an alcoholic that's drinking yourself to death, man. Holy.
At all. And yet, he asked me to save his life. You know what he never asked me? Hey man, are these things true? No. You save a person's life. This is quintessentially Kiwi Farms, wrapped up for all of you. As a person.
Okay, so he's angry with John because he believes what Kiwi Farms is saying about him. Like, huh?
His disown them. Will never have a significant other.
Right. I mean,
Go-
like the insanity here. Like, this is not every Kiwi Farms user.
No.
Like, Every Kiwi Farms user's family has disowned them. They'll never have a girlfriend. They'll never have sex. I mean, I'm sure there's a portion of them that are that way, but that's not the case for every single. But you just want it to be that way. Remember, he loved Kiwi Farms. He promoted Josh. He had no problem taking money from members of the forum.
He loved
He had
it,
no
yeah.
problem promoting. He loved it. He loved everybody else until they started to make fun of him because he put a bottle up his ass. He started wearing a baldo. He became an alcoholic. He went to hedonism too. There's like weird swinger cuckold shit. He went to the gay 90s club. And then he started spiraling about people making fun of him to where other people then piled on because they saw it was getting a reaction. And he kept seething and then started, I wish you $1 million, Josh. If only you had the opportunity to fundraise with me. And then Josh's fundraiser made way more than his ever could.
Yeah.
And like this is the thing. He loved Kiwi Farms until they started making fun of him. And now it's all the users are losers. All the users they're all virgins and trash and their family hates them. It's sad.
Pathetic.
Government has disowned them, whose employers have disowned them. They sit on some internet all day watching some person begging them to save their life. And when they do, they're appreciative for a moment until that person stops paying attention to them. And suddenly,
or maybe he was paying attention to you, and that was the issue. Like the issue, if he wasn't paying attention to you, he wouldn't have been like, "What the fuck is wrong with Nick?" Like, guys, the before and after photos, like even like the most recent ones. Oh man, it's getting scary out there for Nick.
well,
Is he still
they're eating
drinking?
22
Oh yeah.
hours.
He never stops, baby.
122 days sober.
There you
Let's
go.
fucking go.
I tried to save you by just, John, making you into a person who could interact with a fucking cashier at Walmart. Instead, you can't interact with a cashier at Walmart, not because they speak fucking Hamoub and have lived in a Kenyan refugee
What
camp.
the
for 3
fuck
years.
is he?
This
But rather
is
because
Joker tier.
This
Like this is some insane shit. Man. You couldn't even interact with a cashier at Walmart, and now you're in the Kenyan refugee camp, John. Like,
You haven't lived anywhere for 3 years because you can't afford it. Not mentally sound.
well,
Not mentally
surely he's
stable.
living somewhere. What do you mean he's not living anywhere? So how does he have internet to fucking contact? Is he living in the McDonald's parking lot?
Hang on.
Like, what is he?
The numbers. Mason says, "You want to know how my liver got these scars?"
Oh no.
Table, and every day that you're
Oh,
alone,
good.
you try to shove a dick so far in your mouth that you choke to death on it.
Okay, wait. Did we miss the context? Let's go back.
Not mentally stable, and every day that you're alone, you try to shove a dick so far in your mouth that you choke to death on it.
Ruled.
And then
Okay.
you blame me for whatever your perception is. Go get him, John.
Yeah, have another
Go,
drink.
go get him, John. Yeah, you need that. You need that. Look at those eyes there. Those look fake. It's like a wax. You know those wax masks that robbers use to rob a bank?
He really looks like a mannequin, like a wax fucking museum doll. It's so many of these frames.
Wow, that doesn't look like Nick at all. That
Well,
is
that's
not,
not the Rekieta we all knew.
not at all.
Like,
No.
I'm sure your story's
Demonic.
compelling.
Sheesh. Whoa, hang on.
Have fun.
What the hell was that?
oh,
What the
man.
hell was that? Oh
Whoa, like,
no.
he's like channeling Satan here. Like this is like some Anton LaVey shit. Like he's
No.
sticking out his tongue, just like
No.
salivating over the suffering. Yeah, and he's making like weird demonic noises.
Wait, I got a print screen. That's this fucking thumbnail. That's the thumbnail.
That's something. Like there's just too much. I just couldn't let this one go. I know some people are like, oh, we've been here, we've seen
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but I just like I had to keep going with this because there's just so much gold here.
It's
There's so much gold.
Oh no, and you know we're catching up. We're catching up for the
You're
whole
saying
move.
it's Charles Manson. It's Helter Skelter.
Yeah. And he like look at this.
Whoa, dude.
No.
Whoa. That's freaky.
Have
Whoa.
fun with that.
Whoa.
Always remember who the critics of you are. Because the critics of you are generally embarrassing.
Oh no.
Or do we rule?
Kimchi Studio saying we should make that a sticker. We might. It's pretty good.
You know
That
what?
tongue.
I can do it. I can do it.
Let's do it. Let's.
I can do it. I can do it. I'll do that for the show. Remind me.
Saying the Dear John spiral is such Kino. It is. Like it is. Is Rekieta becoming the Mad Hatter? I don't know if it's the Mad Hatter so much as it's like a cross between.
This is
it's
a
like
reminder.
if Joker was a fucking
cardio.
alcoholic bozo. I don't know. Man.
This is a reminder.
Cave Teeth says he's become the liquor. The Baldoer? That's pretty good. The Baldoer. Not the Mad Hatter, just mad. Okay. Perestroika says he's dying from laughter. He can't breathe. Well, that's good.
Let's go to the more recent one. Let's see. Shit. What is it called? Kick. There we go. Couldn't remember the website name. Okay. I watched this last night, but only the Review Tech USA segment. Let's see. Fuentes. Here we go.
Ever get some fucking payback? Fuck you!
Uh-oh.
You can see the bone peeking
Whoa,
through his
that's
skin.
the skull. That's alcohol.
Hi, man.
Obviously.
Troll.
Let's see.
He's muted. He's muted. Shit.
How did that happen?
Of my girl come back with a pickup truck. You know how these wheels spin in the mud? Holy shit. Absolute annihilation of my girlfriend at Mario Kart 64. Sometimes I would win by a lap and a lap and a half, and
So he's like playing with a straight up toddler? Like he's double lapping?
It's like a legit retard is driving like left into the barricade. Like just they're on Rainbow Road. They just keep falling off over and over again.
The Lakia guy with the fucking fishing wrong way. Like wrong way the whole time.
Well, that was quite the JF clip. Him doing the vroom was so funny. I just about died. All right, well, we're going to a guy who's a lot less funny somehow. We're going to Nick Rekieta.
Oh, my
Oh, no.
God.
All right, which one of these are we going to do first? I guess this one.
Okay, guys. I
It's
say this
over.
every fucking show, but this is... It's a skeleton.
In
It's
this one, he looks like a UFC fighter or like a boxer that got beat up for 12 rounds. Like, it even looks like he has cauliflower ears here.
Yeah, he does.
It looks like he just took a savage beating in the ring. I mean,
He
he did get
needs
beaten
to-
by his wife the other day, but this is punished Rekieta.
All right.
Oh, finally, Evil Fandango. What a nice guy. He says, Nick looks healthy. Thank you.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Are they just reacting to the clips I already?
Correct.
Are they just reacting to the clips I already reacted to? Ugh, oof. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult sorting through. This is why I need clips. Like, all right, whatever.
Rekieta's gonna correct him.
Okay.
You. No, I was sick, and then it's this lingering fucking sickness.
Wait.
Alcoholism?
Yeah, I don't-
Wait.
I don't think I'll react.
Ridiculous.
I don't think I'll react to the Kino Casino again because, like, I can't get a word in edgewise. I don't really have a lot to say. Honestly, like, I'm just trying to get caught up on like what's been happening recently because it does kind of feel like I'm a little bit behind. I don't know like any recent developments over like the past month or so. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't seem like there have been any, but at the same time, like,
Called alcoholism.
So the guy
Wow,
was
you're so
obviously
sick.
being sarcastic, right? Was he being sarcastic? And then Nick's like,
100%.
and Nick reads it out.
That just doesn't go away.
Nick, you look
Never goes
sick like
away.
this before you were 177-degree fever or whatever the fuck you said.
Like even Lady
Dying
Rags
of
was looking at me
AIDS.
the other day. She's like, "Your color is like you're more pale than me," and I'm like, "That's not fair. You're a snowman." And she's
Even
like, "No,
his
you look."
wife is like, "You're pale. You look like a ghost. You need help." You know it's bad when Lady Rackets is no longer enabling it to get the life insurance money.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she actually feels bad about the decrepit crypt keeper condition her husband is in. Like, look at this. Zoom in, Andy's.
I don't know. Like, I think Lady Rackets has behind the scene been trying to fix the problem. I don't know. There have been some indications of that, but
Look at the bag under his
That's-
eye, man. He's almost to the bone. Look at that. You can see the bone peeking
Whoa,
through his
that's
skin.
the skull. That's the skull right
That's
there.
his skull.
Oh,
Holy shit, buddy.
Nick, please quit alcohol and eat food and work out.
Saying he looks like a World War I veteran.
Yeah.
He looks like he's shell shocked.
Yeah.
The feral ghoul.
Like you're more pale than me, and I'm like, "That's not fair. You're a snowman." And she's like, "No, you look really pale." I'm like, "What do you want?"
She's like,
What
look,
do you want me to
I'm
do?
not
What do you want me to
JKing
eat
here.
food?
Yeah,
What do you want me to stop drinking? What do you want me to exercise? What do you want me to do? You want me to go outside once in a while? Fuck you, bitch.
This is an amazing reference. Cockroach Wing said, Jason Bright. That's the top feral ghoul in New Vegas. In New
Yeah,
Vegas,
okay.
when you yeah. Come on, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Should I tell my skin to get less pale? It's like you need some sun. I'm like, babe, we live in Minnesota and it's still March. The
Well,
sun-
She's like,
you
listen,
know-
it's beyond the sun at this point, okay?
Buddy, there are other steps you could take. And I mean, also, he could get like one of those like vitamin D lamps or whatever. Like he could get one of those sun lamps. That might help. It might also help to, eat food.
Food,
That would be
you know?
good. Stopping drinking would probably be step one.
Maybe like some good sleep.
Good sleep, maybe work out, maybe take like a break from the internet, like a mental health break.
You know?
I don't know, bro. Like
well, he takes like
sun doesn't exist.
maybe watch The Office.
he skips streams all the time. That's been like a thing Kiwi Farms has been talking about. Is that like he just randomly skips streams sometimes? Like I don't think that staying away from the internet would fix his problems. Like I don't.
Office on DVD or something. I don't know what he likes. Like
Exists.
DVD. This guy.
on DVD.
It's stuck in Australia. It doesn't care. So she's like, well, I
Wait,
don't know.
wait, James. I know. Is this real? Isn't it Kino that Eric July felt in Rekieta? Did he? James, send it
Well,
over.
Eric July felts Rekieta every day of his life by winning.
By existing, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you want me
Yes.
to do-
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I could have worn blackface. Like I could have done that.
Oh,
Is that
come
the
on.
Give me a
solution?
charcoal mask. Give me a charcoal mask and I'll do it. There we go. That's what I need. Get rid of the skin condition where I
So
am
wait a
too-
minute, he's willing to go through the emasculation of a skincare, like a women's facial mask routine,
Mhm.
but he's not willing to put down the alcohol.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tough.
Yeah.
Look at him
it's
here,
tough,
man. Like
but-
zoom in on this face. Oh my god, he's like a Looney Tune.
That's
Look how
all, folks.
sunk in his cheeks are. There's like craters on the fucking moon.
Let's go to Rumble and well, I guess we can go to Rekieta Law's YouTube channel. Let's see, Rekieta Law. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to watch this whole thing, but I think it might be nice to just sit and like watch a bit of a Rekieta stream.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota.
That
Guys,
doesn't practice
sorry for the
law.
late start. This one's actually a legitimate reason, not something I'm making up to placate you. My guest tonight was supposed to be Ty Beard. He's
Wait.
at GaryCon,
Wait,
which is
so wait, this is a Ty Beard joined to discuss test. So you're saying Ty Beard doesn't show up, but he still has it in the video title? Come
the
on.
Dungeons and Dragons convention. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's Ty. That's Ty. He's at GaryCon. It's embarrassing. You should make fun of him for it. He's there. And when Ty is at a convention, he joins the show. That's a tradition that we have. And right at 10 o'clock, he says, "Hey, man, would it be a huge inconvenience for you if I canceled?" And I was like, "No, it'll be fine."
even
Didn't do
Ty
like a ton
Beard,
of show-
even Ty Beard is abandoning him. Wow, unbelievable. Even Ty Beard has enough of his bullshit. Wow.
no prep because I was going to talk to you about stuff and we can just talk and have a good show. So then I'm like, I don't want to make him feel bad, that motherfucker, that bastard, that dirty, rotten piece of garbage. I'll promise you to be on your show. I'd love to be on your show. Hey, Nick, is it an inconvenience? I have to not do anything. So he's not coming on the show. So then I'm like, holy shit, I got to scramble and try and figure out what I'm going to do. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do a show. Of course, absolutely. The show might not be as long as normal because I was supposed to talk to Ty, that motherfucker, and some of the topics I was going to talk about, I've been talking about. I was just going to get his perspective. So that's kind of killed some of the prep I've done, which was not prep because I didn't need to. I just was going to talk to Ty about stuff I already know about. But I do have some stories to talk about. We'll get to it. It'll be fun. But the show's probably going to end somewhere around midnight Central. So sorry. And sorry for starting late, but I had to get some stuff together to actually talk about with you guys. We do have that. We have that brief. That it's a Haynes brief. Not really. I have that brief about the amicus brief from the Trump immunity, right? The Trump immunity case before the Supreme Court. We read Matt Wilson's brief. Matt Wilson? Wilson? Is it Wilson? I don't know my own friend's name. Matt Wilson. I do know his name. Oh, thank God. That was embarrassing. No, I do. So we read Matt Wilson's brief. We've got this other brief. We started reading. It was pretty funny. It's so shit. Like, it's so bad. So we might read that a little. We'll probably finish that. It's a couple pages. And then we've got, I've got a couple other stories. Valhalla wants an invite. Valhalla wants an invite. Oh. Guys, have you smelled Valhalla? He's like that's
Who's
not
Valhalla?
actually like that's not a Nordic joke.
Who's
I mean, the
who's
Nords
Valhalla?
are terrible people. I was just talking today because my kids had a present.
This is the second time today we've heard him like bitch about the Nords. Like, get it through your Nick skull, Nick. Skyrim is for the Nords.
Presentation celebration today. It was really nice. They got to do like a play and sing, all the stuff that kids do. Like it's we don't send them to regular school, but we have like some activities that are as big, groups. And then they had an end of the year presentation, even though the end of the year is still several weeks away. And they still have the thing going. They do the presentation here for scheduling issues. This is too much information. You guys don't need this. You don't care about kids scheduling unless you're Joe Biden. Anyway, so they had this thing. They've been working on it for a while. It's great. We're sitting there, and then they do like a picture slideshow review of the year, right? And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, because I only know my class. I don't go around anywhere else. That's creepy. I'm not a child. I'm not learning from these people. I know everything they're teaching. And so They have this picture slideshow, and one of the things they did was they went to a curling. Is it a rink, a stadium, an arena, a curling rink? I think it's a shuffleboard. It's a frozen shuffleboard. It's a shuffleboard on a
Okay. This is where the clips came from. Okay. So maybe we should
comma. Are you a clone?
yeah. So we already saw like Alyssa clips do this. Okay. Man, it's so difficult to keep track of this stuff. Like honestly, like I probably should just react to Alyssa clips videos and that's it. But let's see here. Let's just skip around a bit.
Trump talking to Compton saying black power here with the fist. Black power. I love the dark people. Seen some that darker than others. Ugandans, maybe. He says he's got a parenthetical here. Some may
Yeah, we've seen this already.
impeach him. Fuck,
Damn it, Alyssa. Ah, man. I thought I was being clever watching like the most latest stream, but no, Alyssa beat me to it. I've already reacted to this.
No matter their status, even if Congress has declared war against them, the president could go, hang out, utilized a foreign company, try too hard, sentence. Instead, you're.
Oh, here we go. Dune?
Can you hit? It's supposed to be, it is what it is. Sorry, quoting Anderson. Riffing off Ronald Dworkin on it. It illustrates the danger. You have one of the that's on Ryan's of is a sort of available at asking Trump when he can pencil in arguments. Fuck's sake. No. Okay. True Sheneman Tribune Content Agency. Available at Richard Gallant. Anyway, here we go. The cartoon above is a sort of ghost of Christmas future, hat tip to Charles Dickens. Thank you, Charles Dickens, for telling us that cartoon above is a warning of what could happen if the court forgets the people have rights against Trump, too. Yeah, again, yes, John Roberts is a notorious Trump supporter who has, especially since the end of the election, been overly deferential to Trump. Indeed, the court shouldn't want the public to see it as the courts of chaos and evil, as Roger Zelazny might say. No one sees it, though. The current film, Dune Part 2. Everybody pour out one for my man Ty, who is going to rant about Dune 2 today. Dune
no.
pilled like a Dune Smurf in Israel. He was not a fan. He's not a fan.
Yeah, that's the trend I see. I notice is that people who actually read the book don't care for it too much.
There's would-be Messiah. Paul Atreides.
Wait, hang on, what?
Israel. He was not a fan. He's not a fan. Features would-be Messiah. Paul Atreides, who, spoiler alert, stop listening if you care about Dune 2, finds he's the grandson of bloated, sadistic tyrant Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Oh, I didn't know that. Sounds like Vladimir Putin? No, actually, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen does not sound like Vladimir Putin at all. I'm glad you put a question mark and not a period, because you would have been menstruating at the end of that sentence. Instead, you're asking a question. We can just say, no, it doesn't. Vladimir Harkonnen is way different. Then he prepares to outdo him, launching an insane holy war, which will kill billions of people. Look, I'm not a fan of holy wars, but I am. I'm a fan of holy wars and the underage child brides. Allah Akbar. Holy war, which will kill billions of people. Those are rookie numbers. Trump has dark pseudo-messianic similarities.
What?
Trump is the first president in my entire
They're comparing Trump to Paul Atreides. Like, really?
life to not start a foreign engagement. The first one. The literal first one to not start a foreign engagement. Like, well, he's going to do it, though. He's really. Remember when they made fun of him for saying 2 Corinthians? This is 2 Corinthians. I liked 1 Corinthians, but 2 Corinthians is better. Sometimes they rub you in different ways. Like, he's like that. They're like, it's 2 Corinthians. Like, does he not know there's 2 books? Like, that's not a 2. They're like, but he's probably going to do a holy war as a Messiah, the Christ. Holy shit. Indeed, Trump supporters have portrayed him as a gigantic partworm god emperor of Dune from Frank Herbert's eponymous 1981 novel. Have they? Trump supporters made this? This is funny. What is this? This is a Trump penis. Like it goes
No.
inside, then it licks you from the inside. What the fuck is that? And the monstrous Manson-esque picture there. That's not a Manson-esque picture. That's a very phallic picture. Trump as a penis. It's black too, so it's big. And it's like, but it's gold on top, you know, a little orange. And these little guys down here, like, just rub him quick. Like maybe he'll finish and go. What is this? What is this picture? This is from a Trump supporter? I like it. I would buy this. I would hang this in my bathroom. What is this from? See, also, unless you God made Trump video presenting ex-president as a messiah figure causes controversy among Iowa pastors. Where are these things? This might be a show coming up because these things sound great. So here we go. When Trump portrays himself as messianic and godlike, and so do his followers, I'm pretty good, deity. Dune Part 2 reminds us how chaotically evil and unhinged such messianic leaders can be. I'm literally blown away by the giant Trump-like snake phallus. Trump, however, may legally be able to act unhinged as he wants. Everybody can act as unhinged as they want. They can't commit a crime. That's way different. Unhinged is not a crime. Who is this man? You know when Dracula walks in, he's like the precursor to emo. He's got like the curly flowing hair, and he like looks like thinner than I am, and he's eaten less iron in his life. It's like he's pale. He makes me look black, and he's like walking around. When he walks by, all the women go, like all of them. Where was I going with this? I literally don't. I lost my train of thought thinking about how pretty that man was. All right. I wish I had a good reason for losing. I'm just like, I wish I had some excuse for like, well, I have Alzheimer's or whatever. I have AIDS. No, I like, that guy was pretty as fuck. Where was that?
What?
Anyway.
Yeah, but he's totally not gay, guys.
I wish I remembered why I got on that subject. I had a reason. I really did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like a Dune God Emperor and using his self-pardon power, that monarchical power, if he becomes president again, may legally be active. What would remind me of Dracula 2000 at that point? Specifically was how Dracula had power over people. Circle back, but I can't remember what I said. Fuck. And I love this brief. Wait, JJ says you have to watch The Biggest Problem in the Universe, Vito's booty bit from tonight. It's the funniest thing that's ever happened on the show. I will, but not tonight. I'm actually over time that I was going to finish the show. So we're gonna wrap up this brief and we'll be done.
Yeah, it's barely an hour and 40 minutes. Like, really?
That was kind of the plan. Well, 12 to 12:30 was the plan. So we're 12:12. We're like halfway there, like Bon Jovi. All right, here we go. However, this court isn't obliged to make sure E. Jean Carroll's rapist defamer is president again. The court may be effectively more obliged so he goes to trial quickly. Nope, they're not actually, because I don't know if you guys know this, but even if Trump were a rapist defamer, he still gets to go to trial. Either as a speedy trial, as his right, or he can waive his right. Like, they don't get to go, actually, this guy's a rapist defamer, we'll go to trial more quickly. Certainly not the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court does not get to set a district court calendar for Trump because he's a rapist defamer. Insane. Startup Lab says, Nick, chill, we don't want you to be an interweb weirdo too. Hope you get your groove back. Guys, this is one of the funniest legal filings I've seen in a while. I'm excited.
It's not that funny, guy.
People used to ask me, they're like, why don't you read more funny lawsuits? Because most lawyers aren't funny. Because they're professional and they're trying to do something right. This document, this thing is, guys, this is before the Supreme Court. This is an amicus brief that's docketed before the Supreme Court. A clerk, not a justice, a clerk will read this amicus brief and they'll tell the other clerks how fucking funny it is. And they'll tell their bosses, like snippets or whatever, like the best bits. Like, look at this. Someone, guys, do you know the story of Clarence Thomas? In his appointment to the Supreme Court, he got accused by the one chick of like Anita Hill or whatever, I think, of like making a joke about putting pubic hair on a Pepsi can, right? Whatever, something weird like that, some sexual harassment thing. Some clerk is going to read this document and see the picture of Trump as a questionably African phallus. And they're going to go, you know what? Clarence wants to see this picture. And Clarence Thomas is going to look on at a badly printed out picture of Trump as a giant black phallus. That's actually funny to me. Like, that is unreasonably funny to me.
It's
that
not
that will
funny,
happen.
Nick. Like, I don't. Huh?
Where do you find this? Like, how often does this occur? It doesn't. So here we go. Finally, amicus thanks the court respectfully for having relatively expedited the present proceedings. Amicus regrets that President Joe Biden was disrespectful to the court and else did something I have no control over. I mean, we need to just clarify this point for all things. No one should respect anything or anyone. Respect what merits respect. That's it. Like, wow, you should respect this guy. But what if he's crazy? What if they're all stupid? What if they're all Sonia Sotomayor? Would you respect him? That's like a group of toddlers running around trying to define law. Terrible. Anyway, conclusion. The court should neutrally, with patriotism and justice, the court should not with patriotism, by the way, only constitutionality. That's the only question. Patriotism and justice. Decide on fair parameters for President David Boyd. Only concern should be constitutionality. On a balance of powers question. The judiciary does not have the
All
power.
right. Yeah, I think I'm ready to. Call it quits. Feel kind of worn out. Only an hour and a half, really? Man, I hate the fact that I can't seem to find the time to stream more. But like, I don't know. It's again, I probably should stream less when I do Rekieta recaps, right? We're just like getting caught up. We're just getting like familiar with recent happenings. Like probably once or twice a month is probably fine. But yeah, I haven't done it in a while, so I'm glad to have oops, let's see. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad to have taken the time to do it, even if it wasn't very interesting. It's just like it's a slow decline for sure. We'll have to see if like there's some kind of like major happening in the next few months, but yeah, I'll try to report on it when it does happen. I guess we could check Kiwi Farms real quick. Let's see. Fuck. Don't think there's anything interesting here. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything interesting in the morning. I think we're caught up with all the recent stuff. Let's see. Nordic shuffleboard. Yeah, people are just making fun of the shuffleboard thing. Uh, right. So it's just like a bunch of boring shows, right? Like we watched like this funny lawsuit, and it's just him like, oh, it'll be funny when Clarence Thomas sees this. Like, will it be though? Like, I certainly don't think so. Like, that wasn't like a fun stream. It wasn't engaging. It wasn't interesting. Like, 2 hours of like, well, first of all, you don't have Ty Beard because that was something I was really interested in seeing is seeing Ty Beard for the first time since I think I have not seen Ty since he lost the case, right? For me personally, like he should have fucked off after that. Like that's kind of my mindset is that like Ty really should has no business like being on Nick's show, but for some reason he's always there, always like giving his take on Dune or whatever. Like didn't like Ty even when like the case was still going on. So I'm definitely not interested in seeing him come back. Like, who exactly is in Nick Rekieta's circle, right? We had like Elijah Schaefer last time, and then some other guy I didn't know. I don't know if like Melanie Mack still talks to him or whatever. You have like Kumala and Dick Masterson and those guys. Like, I don't know who's still in a circle. Like, someone on the chat was just like, "Oh, I think Raging Golden Eagle has distanced himself from him." Has he though? Like, I haven't seen any evidence for that. I've always kind of like disputed that. People have been saying that to me for a while, but I kind of maintained that the vast majority of the audience of people in his circle haven't really disavowed him yet. like LawTube, like the anime people, like Hiro Hiei, like has he said anything? Like you have like those guys like Ethan Van Sciver, like we don't see a lot of like condemnation for what he's doing. Like, what exactly is Nick Rekieta accomplishing as a streamer? Like, is he helping people? Is he teaching people about the law? Is he like helping people get started in, like with their independent No, he's not doing shit, right? Like everything that like I supported liked about Nick Rekieta like initially is nowhere to be found now. It's kind and I felt that for a long, long time, but it's definitely interesting, like watching like a modern stream and watching him try to like not even manage to handle a 2 hour show. Like in my my amateurish, like not even like really trying. Like I almost streamed as much as he did, like tonight to like, 3 viewers, right? Like without even really trying, I like kind of outdid him. And that's like on top of all the writing I did and like the videos I recorded and stuff like that. Like, you know, I worked out a bit, cooked. Like there was so much I did tonight, and like Nick is not doing any of that. Like not his online life, not his professional life, not his personal life, right? Like Nick is a complete abject failure. That's becoming more and more obvious all the time. And I'm curious about what the next major like L for Makeda is gonna be. Like I'm gonna say that like Tybeard not showing up is kind of an L, but we'll have to see. I'm really curious in seeing what Tybeard and him talk about when they do get together. Like I'm sure Tybeard's gonna come on sometime soon and talk about Dune 2, which I am kind of interested in seeing because Ty's the only person I'm aware of that I know of who is going to like talk badly about that movie. Right now, everybody I've seen is just kind of like, oh, I've never read the book, but this is the best adaptation ever or whatever. Like the Angry Joe thing. But like, Ty actually read the book, so he knows like all the things they change. There's no Alia, Shawnee. Like the whole idea of like the secularized, like enlightened Freeman is like stupid. Um, there's plenty of things to talk about, like about the Dune movies that's like terrible. So I'll be interested in seeing that and seeing his take on it. But yeah, I'll have to come back at a future date and continue covering Rekieta retardation. Until then, I will see you all next.